Vuka online news at this hour. The United States has demanded answers from the South African government following a raid on a center processing US-bound refugee applications in Johannesburg, during which 7 Kenyan nationals were arrested. According to CNN, the US government is seeking immediate clarification from the South African government and expects full cooperation and accountability. State Department Principal Deputy Spokesperson Tommy Pickett was quoted as saying earlier on Wednesday that the media reported that the Department of Home Affairs has arrested 7 Kenyan nationals for illegally working in South Africa while in possession of tourist visas following an intelligence-driven operation in Johannesburg. According to a media statement issued on Wednesday, the operation was conducted in collaboration with other law enforcement agencies after intelligence reports indicated that Kenyan nationals had recently entered the country on tourist visas and taken up employment at a center processing applications for refugees to the United States. On Wednesday, the Department of Home Affairs said applications submitted for Kenyan nationals to legally perform the work of vetting US-bound refugees in South Africa had previously been declined, yet the individuals were found engaging in employment in violation of their visa conditions. The 7 Kenyan nationals were arrested, issued with deportation orders, and will be barred from re-entering South Africa for a period of 5 years. The department said that the operation was carried out lawfully and in line with the procedures that have seen deportations intensify over the past 18 months as the government seeks to curb long-standing abuse of immigration and visa system. Fuel prices are heading in a more affordable direction once again, with mid-month data from the Central Energy Fund pointing to decreases for both petrol and diesel, while current data points to a decrease of around 24 cents for 95 unleaded petrol and 1 rand to 110 cents for a 500 ppm and 50 ppm diesel, respectively. The actual price cuts at month end are likely to be much larger than these current month averages. International oil prices have fallen sharply in recent days, with daily over-recoveries on 16 December being as high as 1 rand 5 cents for petrol and 1 rand 92 cents for 50 ppm diesel. The predicted price decreases will bring welcome relief to motorists following December's increases of 29 cents for petrol and between 65 cents and 85 cents. And on Tuesday, the Brent International Oil Benchmark dipped below the $60 mark for the first time since May, with the international oil benchmark slipping further to 58.92 on Wednesday morning. Substandard concrete and reinforced steel, as well as a lack of building plans and oversight, are being blamed for the collapse of the Verulam Temple in KwaZulu-Natal. Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure Dean McPherson held a briefing on Wednesday where he presented the preliminary findings of an investigation into last week's collapse, which killed 5 people. The Department of Public Works and Infrastructure is also seeking the company that supplied the concrete to determine where else it was used. McPherson said that the supplier had not yet been identified, but that the site of the collapse had been declared a crime scene. He said that the findings were preliminary and that a full forensic and criminal investigation would be undertaken. McPherson explained that the building was being constructed illegally, as no approved building plans existed, nor were there relevant construction permits. And staff at the Louvre Museum voted on Wednesday to extend a strike to demand better working conditions and visitor experience at the Paris landmark, forcing management to only partially open to frustrated tourists. Hundreds had queued in the brisk weather, hoping to enter the world's most visited museum as the vote delayed the opening, with management announcing the site would receive visitors, but some rooms would remain closed due to the strike. The union action comes as the museum leadership faces intense scrutiny over the running of the institution after an embarrassing daylight robbery in October that saw thieves make off with jewels worth $102 million. The incident also highlighted discontent among the 2,200-strong workforce, with union representatives saying they had been warning for years about staff shortages and disrepair inside the former royal palace. In your sports, South Africa's hopes for winning the 5-match T20 series against India were cut short by the conditions on Wednesday, with the fourth game being called off in Lucknow without a ball bowled. When a rare occurrence, the game was not scratched due to weather, but rather due to a smog which prevented the game from going ahead. Match officials did all the work, with the umpires having to walk out onto the pitch 6 times to assess the conditions before they eventually abandoned the game nearly 2.5 hours after it was scheduled to start. While reports suggested the match had been cancelled due to fog, the air quality index was measured at more than 400, which was considered hazardous, according to International Air Quality Index scale, suggesting pollution had played a role in the poor visibility. The Proteas are left needing to win the 5th and final match to draw the T20 series against India, with the hosts holding a 2-1 lead. And Bafana head coach Hugo Broos was not happy with his team's performance in their 1-0 win over Ghana on Tuesday at Dobsonville Stadium. However, he is confident the side will be ready to go once they take on Angola on Monday in their opening match of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations finals in Morocco. Bafana are set to fly to Marrakesh on Wednesday, with the Sipombule a fine goal enough to see them past a second string of Black Stars. For this and other sports news, tune in to Vuka Sports Hour every weekday at 3 p.m. In your weather, Pretoria will be cloudy and hot, temperature highs of 26 degrees. Johannesburg, cloudy and warm, temperature highs of 24 degrees. Cape Town, sunny and warm, temperature highs of 25 degrees. Durban, cloudy and cool, temperature highs of 22 degrees. Bloemfontein, windy and hot, temperature highs of 30 degrees. Polokwane, cloudy and cool, temperature highs of 23 degrees. Appington, partly cloudy and extremely hot, temperature highs of 36 degrees. Port Elizabeth, sunny and warm, temperature highs of 24 degrees. East London, cloudy and cool, temperature highs of 23 degrees. For Vuka Online News, I am Mungas Makalima.